I understand that every watch review is very subjective, depending on the reviewer's preferences and backgrounds. And I think it was during the Don't Trust Watch Reviewers series. Again, I did a mini series, Don't Trust Watch Reviewers. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can watch those 3-part series. Really informative, if I do say so myself. And you might see a few other buddies in there that you'll recognize them. Okay, so with that being said, every reviewer, every collector has different preferences, different backgrounds. A lot of what we say on these YouTube reviews are subjective. I can acknowledge that. That being said, I think this watch here that we are looking at is the perfect size for a men's watch. However, you have to take that statement with a grain of salt. Again, because of my preferences, because of my background, I am a vintage watch dealer. Okay, I think sub 40 millimeter watches are the way to go for everyone. Boy, girl, big, small. I'm incredibly biased. That's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, I'm incredibly biased. In the modern watch world, all right, things are still trending upwards. When we're looking at case sizes, bigger is better. And some watchmakers are doing a good job downsizing. But for the most part, I mean, we look at Rolex. Every year they add a new millimeter and they just disappoint us more and more. So I want to take some time and acknowledge my comment section. Okay, although some watchmakers out there are trending bigger is better, my comment section tends to feel otherwise. Okay, I get comments daily with people complaining, oh, you know, this watch is really cool, but it's too big for my wrist. Oh, that's a really nice dress watch, but it wouldn't really slide under a cuff. I can't see this being worn in a formal occasion. So yeah, a bit big, I'm gonna pass. A lot of watches I review are too big for the majority of people out there, and so it is incredibly refreshing. It is incredibly refreshing to see this Orient. All right, it is 6:38 p.m. Let's get down to business. Ooh, I dabbed it. Wait, hold on. I just dabbed while I told the time. I'm supposed to only do that at the end. Oh my God. That's right, today we are looking at the Orient Stella. And I'm not going to tell you the reference number because it's way too big. Just kidding, I will, because it's my job. RAAG0024S10A. Why? Why you gotta do this to me, Orient? It's just, I'm glad that you chose to call this the Stella, because that reference number's just... What the fuck? In my opinion, the Stella is the perfect gentleman's dress watch. Or maybe it's for the gentler sex. I mean, here it is on my girlfriend, and I think it looks awesome. I think it's very proportionate. It's properly proportioned for a dress watch. I think that it looks good. Look at my hairy arm. I'm wearing it on my hairy arm, and then a not as hairy arm. See? Still hairy though. You're supposed to nag girls, right? You're supposed to if you make fun of them, they like you more, right? Right, Connie? She's already giving me the silent treatment. Nice. So jumping into the specs, this watch is listed at $210 on the OrientWebsite.com, or OrientWebsite.com, I almost said, OrientWatchUSA.com, which is the Orient website. I'll leave a link to this specific watch in the description below. And I have a coupon code for you. Put it here. Use this at OrientWatchUSA.com. And you save some money. This watch uses an in-house movement caliber F6T22, 40-hour power reserve, open heart and display case back, mineral crystal, stainless steel case, gold tone, 36 millimeter lug-to-lug, 43 millimeter case thickness, 12.5 millimeter, 50 meter water resistance rating with a push-pull crown, a bezel material, also stainless steel, of course. Everything stainless steel, just gold tone. And you're getting a 17 millimeter lug width with a 1-year Orient watch warranty. Okay, again, use this. Now, why am I telling you to use this? It's not because, like, it helps me out. Orient already sponsors me, okay? Like, Orient's already my sponsor, so I'm already getting paid by Orient. I want to save you some money now. So if you use this coupon code, that's going to save you money. they've already paid me. It's not like it's going to help me out, but it would be dope if you support the people that support me, especially because this is a really cool watch. We're going to talk about this. So now that we know the specs and now that you know the coupon code, by the way, that coupon code works for it's site wide. All right. So it's not just for this watch, though I think you should get this watch. We know the specs. I want to get into the pros and cons. If you couldn't tell, I'm incredibly excited. And I want to say up front, okay, I've seen, held, reviewed, owned numerous Orient watches, and this is probably the best one they've sent me, okay? Or just the best one that I've seen, held, reviewed, worn, because let's face it, the first Orients I've ever had, I purchased myself. Them sponsoring me is a fairly recent development, but this is by far like one of the best Orient watches I've ever seen, all right? I think it's stunning, well thought out, very cohesive, with one outlier. You might be able to guess what it is. Which brings us to the pros. Okay, I'm kind of already gushing about this watch, but the first pro would be that the crystal and the case shape. I mixed case and crystal, doesn't matter. Crystal, case shape, indexes, handset, 36 millimeter size. Again, incredibly cohesive. This is very dressy without being over the top. The almost Dauphine hands look very sharp and elegant. Very pristine white dial. Nice, sharp indexes. Even that open heart, which I'm not a huge fan of open heart watches. It's incredibly nicely bordered with this like silver tone ring. Everything looks very deliberate. The next pro is this beautiful slim lug design. Okay, very sleek. Very slender, not big, chunky. This looks like a vintage dress watch. The Roman numerals at the 12 and 6, again, gives me old school Longines. It's giving me old school Wittenauer vibes. I love that look. And it's $210. That would be like the final and probably biggest pro. This is $210, and you could save more money if you use the coupon code. I mean, come on. But it's not perfect, so let's get into the cons. The first con is that kind of one outlier that makes it just a little bit too edgy to be like fully elegant. And if you guessed the open heart, you'd be right. Okay, the open heart design is very polarizing. I would settle for a display case back and I'd be done with it. I'd love it. But some people want that extra, almost more complicated look, that more dynamic look of seeing the mainspring, the heart from the front. I like to hit it from the back, but if we hit it from the front, I mean, hey, at least I hit, you feel me? But seriously, you're either going to love or hate the open heart. Let's be honest. The only open heart watch I've ever personally owned, I ended up selling, and it was the Jazzmaster open heart. Beautiful watch. I just never wore it. The next con is actually a con I personally don't think is a con, but I'm putting it here because I know I'm going to get it in the comment section, and I understand. Some people will find the 36mm case size too dainty for men. And to that, I say, fuck you. I'm just kidding. To that, I say they have another watch that looks very similar to this. Doesn't have the slim lug design, but it does have the open heart, very similar dial, yada, yada, yada. And Orient releases it at 40.5mm. So they have an option for you if you want a bigger watch. But for me, I think this design lends itself to that nicer, sleeker 36mm case. But again, I'm a vintage watch dealer, so I'm very biased. This watch, okay, sharp, sleek, nice details, great execution without breaking the bank and not being like over the top. $210, no brainer. No brainer in my opinion. For a moment, you almost forget about the Bambino series. You almost forget because this Stella and the Orient Small Seconds, which the Orient Small Seconds might be technically part of the Bambino series, but whatever. This is like my favorite Orient dress watch of all time, period. Boom. Drop the mic. Pew. Just kidding, I won't drop this because it's very expensive. But I love you guys. I will catch you on the next one. Tell me what you think about this watch. Any of you own it, I'll leave a link in the description below. Use the coupon code, save yourself some money. Tell them the Time Teller sent you. Love you guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.